Super simple hand lettering. 20 traceable alphabets with easy practice, easy projects, practice sheets, and more. This is by Kiley Bennett. I really like this hand lettering book. I have quite a few of these, and some are easier than others to feel like you're learning something in. This one I really found nice. It talks about not being too worried about how perfect you are, and that a lot of times we think our handwriting is horrible and somebody else looks at it and thinks it's just beautiful. So try to keep that in mind when you are going through things, that we all are too hard on ourselves for sure. I really love her step-by-steps. This one goes through each letter and how to do it. She goes through what kind of pens to use, and really this is super simple. You can do this in your car, waiting in line. Just have to have this book, a black pen or marker, eraser, sharpener, and pencil. And you know, that's really all you need. She goes through different kinds of pens, but you definitely don't need all of them. You just look at which ones you're gonna work with and use whatever you've got in the kitchen drawer. Right here is just regular Sharpie. So, you know, if that's what you've got, go with it. Different pens work for different things. Your brush nibs, of course, are gonna be more the calligraphy type things, whereas this one shows here's your brush pen, and then here's your regular nib. So it just depends on what you want. It starts out here showing you you can just trace right along with there, and helps get your muscle memory going. Here's what I was talking about with the step-by-steps. I really like this, where it just goes through how a letter is built. Sometimes when you're watching people do it, they're going a little bit too fast for me, and I can't really figure out what's happening. This is slowed down enough for a beginner that doesn't really know how to do the fun stuff. She goes through and gives you a lot of samples of ideas for what to do. You know, making this one a hollow font so you can fill it in, switching up your fonts, doing upper and lowercase in the same word. And then she goes through these 20 different alphabets. She shows you one that you can trace, and then you have one where she shows you how you should be using your pen, where to go up, where to go down, and that also teaches you where to put pressure on so you can have your fat and your skinny lines. She goes through all 20 alphabets, and these can be used for all sorts of fun projects, like putting on a mug, or lettering, chalkboards, letters, envelopes, your art journal, of course, event signs that you might be making, really anything. I do a lot of stuff with my garage sale group, which is kind of an online yard sale page, and I like to, one of the things I do to practice is when I leave things out for people to pick up, I put their name on a little piece of paper with the amount that they owe me, and try to practice my lettering. So that's something you can do. You don't have to do something, you know, doesn't have to be a masterpiece, just anything to practice. Leave a little thank you card for your waitress, your server, whatever. And it has 20 different fonts, as you can see, and then here's some ideas to create your own. And then in the back it has just some pretty cards to give you some ideas and inspirations on what you can do, how to create different art projects, crafting projects, how to do mugs, what things to use for mugs so that they'll stay, how to make food safe mugs, cards, all that kind of stuff. And then of course here's some lined papers. It does have a table of contents, which you don't see a lot of times in books like the good old days. So if you just want to learn the alphabets, or you just want to learn about pens, it's right there for you. And then there's some really nice tracing paper right here. I think it's 4 or 5 sheets of it. So check that out. It's a Design Originals, Fox Chapel Publishing, and Kiley Bennett is the brush lettering artist, teacher, and blogger behind Kiley in Kentucky. KileyInKentucky.com. This book is available on Amazon.